you've been able to play under a few different coaches. Barry Melrose in Tampa, Rick Tocchet, who just landed up getting the head coaching job there in
Vancouver.
Vancouver. John Cooper, who's coined as probably one of the most progressive and successful current coaches. Maybe starting with Barry Melrose. I know you had probably a short stint with him, and then getting into Tocchet there, and then Coops. But talk about some leadership from these guys back in the day when you were playing with these guys.
Yeah, I think Barry was there. Yeah, short time. I think it was that Tampa situation was just weird at first because the owners, hired the coach before a general manager, and it was kind of old school at first. Even I remember just that first year in Tampa. Actually, I remember calling Mario like, "Hey, is there a way I can donate money back to the rink or something?"
Come on.
Because you went from staying like the details and all these fine things that got you to the same like a final to Barry style is very old school kind of. I mean, they're gonna say shinny hockey. Like, okay, we're gonna play the left wing lock and we're gonna play man on man D. And it was like, go play. And thank God we had Mike Smith back in that. I think he saw 50, 60 shots or
Right.
games. They were like, Barry, we need to get the film and stuff. So Marty and Vinny kind of helped guide the ship there. And but Barry just wanted that old school. Like even in camp, he wanted to see guys, fighting for those spots and really put the heart on the line. And man, it was just different mentality. Especially I was coming out of the Stanley Cup final where my body still felt hurt. So I was like, I don't want to touch anybody in preseason. We need more out of you. I'm like, shit. But yeah, that lasted only 16 games. And that's where I don't know if it's come from management or whatever, but that's when they were kind of even trying to healthy scratch Stamkos so he could like work out instead of like playing the games.
I remember that. Yeah. What a crazy thought.
It was a little confusing, because it's still, I think did he have 30 goals his first year?
Yeah, I think he did his first year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't strong enough though. He wasn't strong enough to put him in the gym.
He was playing with me and Evgeny Artutin, which is an animal.
Oh, wow. I remember him.
I don't know. Yeah. He's like a freak, like clean hits. I just remember him breaking guys' collarbones. He was just an animal. And we just got to give Stammer the puck and let him do his thing. But I just still remember the coaches kind of like, they weren't toying with him. Obviously, they're trying to do what was best for him. But to see how that started and where it is now, it's great to see where he is.
Yeah.
And then Tocchet. Yeah, Tocchet he was great. You got to respect someone that I think he has 1,000 points, 1,000 PIMs. I mean, he was old school in Pittsburgh there, winning the cups, coming back with a broken jaw and playing in the games like that. All that is like, you have nothing but mad respect for someone that'll lay it on the line like that. And as a coach, I think he understands, to push those buttons. And I think he walks in the room, everyone should automatically respect him for the character he brings and the type of player he is. So just kind of having that trust for the players. And I think if the players know you're willing to go to bat for them and, stand in front of the media and take the hits, whatever it may be, they know that you care, it should be a good response from the players. So yeah, I think Talk will do hopefully a good job there in Vancouver, kind of turn that ship around.
Yeah.
They
need it.
Yeah.
What about Coop?
Coop and I did not get off to a hot start.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I think they were bringing up, they had all those guys in the American League that won.
That's right.
The best part about Stevie Y, he was honest with our kind of core group there. Even when we traded downs, he brought a few of us in and said, hey, we're going to move downs. Obviously, we're all upset and everything, but I really respected him for doing that and bringing the group in and letting us know, like, hey, I have to do this, and this is the worst part about my job, but at the end of the day, it is a business, and that is what it is. But I respected Stevie Y for that. Coop and I don't know. He just always I felt he had it out for me, even at training camp. Sometimes it was like, it was one day, like, okay, there was whatever time team workout was. I wasn't in there because I actually worked out earlier in the morning and did my thing. I didn't think I had to be in there, like when the whole team had to be in there, because it's like chaos when there's, a bunch of guys in there. Yeah. Anyway, that kind of just led to like some other little things. And in training camp, he's like, "Are you going to be able to keep up?" And I'm like, "With Marty and Stammer?" I go, "No, I'm not going to keep up. That's not my job. I'm like the second wave, or like I got to go. Someone's got to go get the puck for these guys." But so I think right away he just kind of already knew that I was, trying to be replaceable. And I remember just being on the fourth line and in and out of the lineup, and then I fought Kevin Westgarth in Calgary because he kind of ran a Bishop, our goalie. And then the next night I fought my buddy Mike Stewart after he ran somebody. And then he sat me I was like in the first period, then he sat me on the bench the rest of the game. The third period, there was going to be another like end of the game fight. They kind of brought their guys out. He like tapped me on the pads to go out. And I was just kind of like, F you,
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I said. And then
that's exactly what it is.
then after that game, I just called Stevie Y. I was like, honestly, like tomorrow at practice, I'm going to punch John Cooper in the face. He's like, "Oh no, Bugsy, you get suspended if you can't fight in practice or something." I was like, I was just trying to act a little crazy, so hopefully you'd trade me. But yeah, I never saw eye to eye, and that was. Looking back, I think that was just that ego and pride of an older guy, and the new guys coming in trying to change the culture, which like I give him mad respect. I've shook his hand, in a few years ago, and I have nothing but respect for him. But at the time, looking back, it was like, I just didn't feel that respect, as an old guy, because before you had to earn ice time. When I came into the league, you had to like wait for the veterans to get off the bus before you got off the bus. You don't eat until the veterans eat, right? I mean, that's just right. To me, till this day, I still think there should be that respect. But I know coaches now have to cater to the younger generation because a little more than they used to, just because I guess they don't want to hurt feelings or whatnot. But looking back, Coop and I didn't see eye to eye there when my time was there. So I threatened to punch him in the face.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, but
you might have won that one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you might.
Well, I was just like, this guy's never even played hockey before. God bless him, but I'm like, he's never been in a fight. He's like, "Why are you fighting?" I'm like, "Why am I fighting?" He just like he didn't
understand that. Wow.
Yeah. So that's where I was just kind of different perspectives at that point.
Yeah, and you mentioned like you're an older guy, and he was an up and coming coach, and you come from that Norfolk team, which I think they rattled off like 27 wins in a row and won the Calder Cup the year before, and I think like 20 of the 23-man roster ended up playing for the team.
Yeah,
he's probably in a unique situation, and maybe just not good at dealing with veteran players, right? I mean, it's kind of like something you have to learn how to manage, right? Especially guys that are established NHLers.
Yeah, I think you got to figure out a little bit. But I mean, you knew they had a great team, like you just mentioned, in the American League there. I know that Alex Kilhorn, I was joking around. He came and took my spot, and Ovid, wicked smart. So, but it was just part of the business. You get older and the body hurts. Then it's like, I'm not fighting for this guy and this. I took the ego and the pride to myself instead of looking at it more as a team standpoint, where I still could have been a little more positive maybe in that area looking back,
But that happens though.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough thing though.
It is tough. I've seen this, with guys I played with and coached. Again, it's a pride thing, right? The ego is like you're in these situations where these teams are trying to play the younger guys, right? They're trying to justify their picks and start grooming these guys. There's obviously the politics involved in it, and it's hard to see it at the time, right? It's no one wants to get squeezed out, and no one wants to be sitting and not playing as much as they think they deserve to. So it is challenging. It's hard to maintain that positive mental attitude when you're not fully understanding the whole picture of where he's coming from.